what you're checking and what makes you decide that it's on 5. If they've measured and there's been a deterioration in the earth mass or no deterioration, I don't have the evidence that you have. Not that I don't trust that you do, but when I looked at how you go on with the DGA, then I expected that you're going to go on with the other one as well. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Hopa and Mr. Mkhize Welile. If you could, for the purposes of assisting the committee in arriving at the decision, if you can provide the evidence in terms of the deterioration, if there's any deterioration, it's important that you do it now so that you make it easy for us to get to the decision part. Please come in. We want it now so that it is part of the deliberations before we take a decision.
No, thank you, Chair. I was just going to add, Chair, that I doubt that they have the results on hand, but we take it as a point of enhancement, Chairperson, unless Mr. Hore has got the information. I see his hand is up. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Please help us with that information that as you have checked. Help us with that information, Mr. Hopa, as well as Mr. Hore, so that that information is on record now. If you do have it, then we get to the decision so that we can see what is it that we need to do. Mr. Hore?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, members. Yes, the information is there, but the information is under substation documentation, where we look at things like earthmate continuity test reports, as well as infrared scanning results, just to name a few. So it's analysis of substation documentation that we do. That's where the earthmate continuity test report are there. If we find anything, then that finding is going to be under substation documentation. Thank you, Chair.
How do you help the committee? Because you have it, that information from your side, but we needed you to analyze then that information because you give us this report. We don't have what you have. All that I'm saying, to salvage your submission, if you can assist us with that information that you know is with you, if you can just indicate what exactly did you find out of that information for purposes of responding to what the committee members are asking. That is important. So if you can help each other so that you can then get that information, respond adequately to the issue that the committee would like to be clarified on. We'll come back to you on that. Let me take Mr. Pukula. Mr. Pukula?
Chair, I think the colleagues just need to understand one thing, and that one thing is we come from a position where we trusted everything and anything that was said, and unfortunately right now I'm talking as a bruised regulator member, and therefore when I say stuff I want to correlate, and I just want to show, just for the benefit of all of the other members, if you go to page 24 of 46, what you would see there is a graph, figure 13, that shows power transformer ratings, power transformer, and this is about how they work, and part of what this analysis is based on non-functional gas analyzers and other things. And if you go to the dissolved gas analysis submission, which is detailed, which is good to have that, you will see that the beta transformers have breached the ESCOM allowed parts per million numbers. But when you look at this table that I have on page 24, you see the beta transformers are scoring 4. Now I can't correlate that, and that's what I was trying to understand. Not that I'm trying to show how much I know. Yes, I do know what I know, but I'm not trying to show that. But I'm trying to make sure that when we have reports that we can all stand behind, because they have the correlation. They show that we're saying the beta transformers are fine, but Then when we go to the dissolved gas analysis, they show that the beta transformers are not doing fine. So what is that graph on figure 13 saying power transformers are good in beta for? So it is for me to understand the report. Right now, as it is, I don't understand. And I'm not in a position to say I support the report. I don't have the thing that makes us say, because we haven't shown it. And when you are writing a report, even if it's not part of what we are going to discuss, when you are saying that the earth mets are fine, it is based on this information that you reference on appendix, whatever the appendix is. Right now, I don't have that to be able to say, not that I'm not saying I don't trust, but I don't have the information to make me say that I fully support and I would approve this. And I've been bitten by assuming that it's been done, and I'm not going to be beaten ever again. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. I would want to rule on this matter, members, so that we also shield, as I indicated, that if that information is there, it is the information that will assist the committee to make an informed decision. So we are not going to take decisions that with information that is not before us, and I do not want then the committee to waste any more time. This report must then be returned back to the division for the team to work, and they must do this in all of the other matters with information that is required for purpose of the decision. They are the technical people, and it's important that such evidence, they demonstrate it themselves, and that's the information that is not with us, but it is with the team itself. Madam Samane?
Thanks, Madam Chairperson. We should have concluded. All I wanted to say as the report is being returned to the team is that they shouldn't shy away from using pictures. I still remember Mr. Mkize Senior indulging us with Islands View. I think it makes life very simple for all of us. At least Mr. Bugula talks from a knowledge point of view. For some of us, we have to still go and research all these terms because we're not engineers. So I think it will make my reading and comprehending the reports much easier if they can use also pictures where possible. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So the point is that engineers must also be able to understand and make information much easier for the non-engineers, as some of the members of the regulator and also by law, they appoint members that that have expertise in different fields. And it is good that we also have members that have expertise in these areas, so that there are synergies. So please try to also do that in the submissions. The submission is now taken back to the team, to the division, for the team to deal with all of the evidence and analysis that should have been included in the report to assist the committee in making an informed decision. Thank you, members. That was item number 7 of the agenda. We are now on item number 8, which is the 6 months progress report on Eskom's 3-year negotiated pricing agreement with Subline Technologies for the period 1st October 2024 ended on 31st March 2025. Please take us through this.
Chair, good morning once more. And yeah, this is the, as you indicated, 6 months progress report for the Eskom 3-year negotiated pricing agreement. And Chair, I must also indicate that this is going to be the last report for this particular NPA. And this is the NPA with Subline Technologies, which, as you indicated, started in October 2024. I mean, this is for the period to 1st of October 2024 to 31st March 2025. Just to give a bit of background on this one, Chair, it started on the 1st of September 2021, where Eskom submitted an application for a 3-year NPA with Subline Technology in line with the approved short-term framework for NPAs. And on the 31st of March 2022, the energy regulator approved the 3-year NPA with Sublime Technologies Pty Ltd. And the reason for decision attached as Annexure A. The decision by the regulator required that Eskom submitted a 6-month report until the end of the NPA to enable the regulator to monitor the implementation of the NPA. Chair, we noted on the report, Chair, that Sublime Technology was not involved in anti-competitive behavior. It did not receive state incentive, tax relief, or any other form of state support. And it was up to date with its electricity accounts when the application was submitted to Eskom for assessment. And the regulator also performed its own analysis. On the 23rd of May 2025, Eskom submitted the 6-year or 6-month report for the period starting from 1st October 2024 to 31st of March 2025, which is attached as Annexure B. And the report detailed the progress made in implementing this NPA. And Chair, as I indicated, this will be the last monitoring report as this NPA ended on the 31st of March 2025. Chair, the table 1, which is on page 458, sort of try and tabulate the planned performance against the actual performance. Chair, maybe I should not be going through each of that at the moment. But Chair, I would like to just talk to that the energy regulator approved this NPA based on several key anticipated economic benefits to South Africa, which includes that Sublime Technology makes a positive contribution to the country's economic activity, having contributed 60.9 million to the regional gross domestic product, as well as the implementation of the NPA saved both direct and indirect jobs linked to this particular establishment. And the NPA helped maintain Eskom sales level, thereby avoiding closure of or mothballing of Eskom generation capacity. And also, we are of the view that by implementing the NPA, other customers were protected from higher unit price, as Sublime Technology covered a portion of the fixed cost. Chair, we also are of the view that the NPA led to increased tax and electricity levy collections. And based on the table that we have indicated, we believe that the NPA has successfully achieved its intended objective at both local and national level. And it is therefore concluded that the NPA between Eskom and Sublime Technology complied fully with the decision made by the energy regulator. It is therefore, Chair, that we recommend that the electricity subcommittee note the 6-month progress report, which was entered between Eskom and Sublime Technology Pty Ltd. Chair, I have my colleague here, Lehuma, and the team. They will assist in responding to the question from members. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matebula. Members, the progress report is before us, and I think that the team will come back with regards to the closeout report that will look into the overall impact since the time that Eskom and this customer entered into this NPA, so that it is not only presented on a 6 months basis as we've been doing, but just as for the duration of the period, to look into all of those indicators and what has been achieved and all of that. So it will be on the closeout report that the team will submit at the end of the financial year. Thank you very much. Any questions, members? If the Mr. Mkhize?
Thank you, Chairperson. I had some challenges unmuting. Thanks for the presentation, Mr. Matebula. I'd just like to get some clarification. As part of advocacy and the regulator being, embarking on good practice as the first line of implementation of policy, is there any feedback and engagement with the policymakers around the framework, the revision of the framework, or review of the framework, if I can put it like that? I would just like to know that, so that we can understand that the way we operate, there is continuous improvement embedded in the way we do things. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mkiza. Mr. Matebula, just on the issue of the framework, it's not necessarily on the decision that is sought or this specific matter or this specific customer.
Yeah, Chair, I had engaged the department on the same, but I see Vuyiswa wants to talk to it. So let me allow Vuyiswa maybe to talk to it, Chair. Thanks.
Thank you. Ms. Makuban?
Yeah, thanks, Chairperson, and good morning to you and the board members. Yes, we have engaged the department on the updates on the NPA framework. In the discussions, they're also tied up to the EPP that's being reviewed, and so in those discussions there also a possibility of thinking differently around whether the NPA is the correct mechanism to reach wider industry. But just to say, Chair, that those engagements are ongoing. A few things are still up in the air, and we do intend to continuously bring them up in our upcoming engagements. But maybe Mr. Matebula, you could add, because our last engagement didn't give us very concrete answers in terms of the next steps as far as the framework is concerned. Thanks, Chair.
Okay, the committee will only note that there are engagements at the team level, because now that matter is not before us, but for purposes of ensuring that there are those interactions with the department, particularly on maybe some concerns and all of that. But there was also a report that was prepared early this year. It must have been around March of this year, and that report was also sent to the policymakers. And there is another report that the division is working on. Charles and the team, they are working on that report, as you know, Mr. Matebula, so that from our side we also have we provide feedback on any challenges and maybe some recommendations, because we know that there are concerns with regards to the NPAs themselves and the impact that the NPAs would have on the standard tariffs by customers. And there are issues also of cross subsidization that we need that needs to be looked at carefully, and where they are burdensome on some of these big industrial customers and so forth. However, there is a report, as you know, that at some point in April at the ER level, there was a specific request that the team from electricity and pricing, tariff and pricing, must look at the impact of each of the NPAs on the revenue of Eskom, and also look, when you now do the consolidation, look at how from our side, so that we don't wait, look from our side as to what is the likely impact of these NPAs on the standard tariffs. So there's a whole lot of other things that are still being done, and we know that this is a topical issue, and the division is already undertaking a project of the impact assessment and the other things in terms of these NPAs, so that we can be able to also provide some input to the policymakers. I didn't want to go to town about this, but I wanted to just indicate that there is, as you have heard, there is work that is being done. The team engaged with the department, and at the same time, the team is working on the reports that will come to this committee to try and deal with some of the concerns. The first report went, it was submitted. Now we're going to look into the second report, and Charles is leading on that work together with the team members. So that will also come to this committee. So that is also by information to the members of the committee, and also just to respond to Mr. Mkhize's question. With that, members, the recommendations have been read out and the report is here for noting. And just to close on this particular NPA, I am indicating to the committee that the team will submit a closeout report by end of the financial year, so that we can be able to have a better sense over the period of this NPA, what has been achieved, what are the positive benefits and the positive economics, benefits that were achieved. With that, I would like the members to indicate by raising their hands that they are in support of the noting. Thank you, Mr. Pugula. Thank you, Madam Seman. Thank you, Mr. Mkhize. I also support. And thank you, Advocate Sithole. Thank you very much, members, for the support. That takes care of item number 8 of the agenda. We are on item number 9. Item number 9 is really here for ratification, as it is a decision that was taken via round robin, and it is in terms of the terms of reference to conduct a market inquiry into the impact of various charges that are imposed on customers, and a lot of complaints that came through. And those charges include, but not limited to, fixed charges, generation capacity charges, legacy charges, all of those that are imposed by the licensed electricity distributors. The matter is here, members. It has already been approved, and already there has been interest shown by stakeholders, and the media statement was also sent out. Members, unless there is a specific question on this, but I would like members then to indicate by raising their hands that they are happy to note that decision taken via round robin. Thank you, Madam Samane. Thank you, Mr. Mkhize. Thank you, Mr. Pugula. Thank you, Advocate Sithole. And I also support. Thank you very much, members. Members, we are on item number 10 of the agenda. Item number 10 of the agenda deals with the application from Eskom. And this application is for the generator losses charges amendment that Eskom is proposing. Please, if you can clarify exactly what this is all about, understanding that also the submission did not come through in time, and this submission was submitted by Eskom in July already. We are sitting in September, and it is the submission that will also go hand in gloves with the matter that you have just noted under item number 9, because it's part of the charges that will be there, and also then the impact that it will have also on consumers and other customers. Please introduce the matter, and Charles, if you can also come in to also just add on what Mr. Mathebula is going to present. Mr. Mathebula.
Yeah, Chair, the submission from our side, it's obviously, as you indicated, triggered by the application that we received from Eskom, requesting that we amend the calculation of the generator loss charges. And Chair, we have therefore developed a consultation paper that we would like to have consulted on in attempting to effect this request. So, as you indicated, Chair, we received this request in the end of July, and we therefore would like to consult or based on this application. Chair, to just give a little bit of background what Eskom is requesting is that we approve the amended calculation methodology for the embedded generators, and with the intent to have this implemented in the FY26 Eskom scheduled standard tariff. And this, Chair, it aims to modify the existing formula for the Eskom distribution embedded generator network technical losses, ensuring that it better reflects the actual cost based on Eskom's recent technical studies. Chair, the application that has been put forward, or the argument that has been put forward, is that the current methodology, which provide a rebate to embedded generators, stems from a historical assessment that concluded that these generators consistently reduced distribution network losses. However, the evolving energy landscape marked by increased distributed generation and factors like remote generator location, sizing of embedded renewable generators, and off-peak production has sort of altered the dynamic that existed before. And Chair, it is therefore that today we are sitting with this application where Eskom intends to have an accurate reflection of the cost involved with this added number of embedded generators into the system. So it is in that application that Eskom proposes to eliminate the current rebate and introduce what they term a positive loss charge for embedded generators where they incur losses in a distribution network. In their application, Eskom indicated that this will ensure that the cost associated with embedded generators' use of and impact on the Eskom distribution network are accurately represented. So, Chair, it is on that note where we are therefore intending to have this consulted on before it can be finalized by the regulator. I would ask Charles, Chair, to maybe add before we can take questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mathebula. Thank you. Charles, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. If I can just add some explanation, because the generators that this applied to before were on the distribution side of the transmission connection transformers, that they were ruled to reduce the losses simply because they were closer to the load and they were supplying the load locally, and therefore reducing the losses that were coming through and reducing the losses of the distribution system itself. However, what has happened as the network and things have developed is that these generators are further away and a greater distance from the generators and from the load, or the transformers and the load. And so now when Eskom has done a study to see what is actually the impact of these generators, they're actually increasing the losses at this stage in certain areas and in certain regions, and they're not reducing the losses in those regions. So based on their study, which is based on looking at the actual loads and actual generation, the losses have increased, and because the loss factors need to be recalculated periodically as the network changes, these changes in this study has indicated that whereas the generators were getting a rebate on the basis that they were reducing their losses, or the overall losses in the system, that rebate should not apply anymore because these generators are actually increasing the losses. I hope that provides some background information. Thank you.
That is useful as in terms of the context, also for the benefit of the members. Let me check if the members have any questions of clarity. Just also to say that we had to make sure that this part of work is consulted on also at the same time as the market inquiry itself, because the issue of the added charges and also the impact on various customers, including those that are supplying renewable energy, it is a topical issue. Even yesterday, it was an issue that has been raised by stakeholders, especially charges that are emanating from the use of the network system. So it's very important that we look into that and also look into the issue of actions that are taken by other players in raising their rivals' cost and making it difficult for the others to compete. So those are some of the things that will be looked at, and hence we thought that these are projects that must go concurrently with that market inquiry as part of all of the charges, if one looks at them, and the overall impact on the cost of electricity. And some of that cost is the cost that is occasioned by the system itself before you get into the energy part of it. So just to give that context so that everyone knows as these projects are out there, how they link with each other, and how as the regulator we can make sure that they are well coordinated, even with the kind of input that we are looking at from the stakeholders. Any questions, members, on this aspect? Remember that we are still taking it for public comment. Mr. Bukula?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I have to say that this is probably one of those things that we are going to do right, and I like what you had said, that these things go hand in glove with what we have just noted, because we do. And I think it then provides us with that opportunity to also correct the unintended consequences that came with us reducing the fixed charge and ESCOM being able to then put those fixed charges on the energy charge, something that has really upset most of the industrial customers. So I welcome this and I support it, but I also just want us to our crafting of what we are going to do, make it clear that as much as ESCOM was saying that we are unable to reopen or to reconsider the fixed charges, by them bringing this, because these charges are all in that, it enables us then to open the matter of the fixed charges. So I welcome it, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bukula, for that support, and also the strategy shown by the division in getting these matters to run concurrently. Mr. Mkhize?
Covered by the chair. Mine is just a small one on the 4.4. That is page 14 of 50. That formula there, is it distribution loss factor times transmission loss factor? Or is it distribution factor loss factor plus? Just wanted to confirm that if you add or you multiply these factors. I'm not saying if they don't have a straightforward answer, just to look at that. I thought they would add the factors instead of multiplying them. Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Mkhize. Maybe Mr. Matebula quickly, or Charles, quickly on that aspect raised by Mr. Mkhize. Yes, he's not looking for a specific answer if you are unable to, but it's something that you must look carefully at it before you publish the consultation paper. But please respond to the member.
Yeah, Chair, allow me to search for it. I just want to find it quickly on my system here. Apologies for that.
Okay, the team is also here that prepared this. We've got Abasei and also Charles, if you are able to clarify that as well. Abasei, Charles?
Sorry, if I understand the question, this charge, you take what the energy in the time of use period and you multiply it by the rate, and then with the distribution loss factor times the transmission loss factor, and you subtract that from 1. So it reduces it actually increases the energy that is supplied, that must be supplied, and if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm not explaining it very well. Thank you.
Yeah, but yes,
I'm covered.
it is at times. Yes, it's not a plus. That's correct, Chair. Thanks.
I'm covered, Chair. I'll just look at it.
Okay.
Offline. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mkhize. Members, I believe that the recommendations were read out by Mr. Matebula, but just on paragraph 14, that's where we are required to take the decision that the subcommittee of the electricity regulation is requested to note the consultation paper on Eskom's application for generator losses charge to be amended. If you can add that for the application for generator losses charges to be amended. Secondly, to approve the publication of the consultation paper on Eskom's application for generator losses charge amendment. That amendment must be there for public comment, as we have it on Annexure A. And then 14.1.3 to note the proposed timelines as attached on Annexure B. Mr. Choko, sorry, I was just reading. Mr. Choko, before the members can vote. Mr. Choko?
Thanks, Chairperson. Good morning. We have talked to colleagues about this recommendation, Chairperson, that it has to be noted by ER, but in the coming delegation matters, we have removed the noting. But as we are now, this submission has to be noted by ER. Thanks.
Okay, so do I need to? Okay, the ELS can still note 14.1.1, right? To note the consultation paper, right? Mr. Choker, because we have to have a decision that will take to the ER. Or are you saying that the electricity subcommittee must recommend to the ER to note the consultation paper? Is that what you would like me to change?
Yes, Chairperson, thanks.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Mr. Mabunda, I think Mr. Choko is covered there. So let me rephrase then so that I take care of the advice from RSU. The electricity subcommittee is requested to recommend to the energy regulator to note the consultation paper on Eskom's application for generator losses charge amendment. That's the first part. And then the second one, the subcommittee is also requested to recommend to the energy regulator to approve the publication of the consultation paper on Eskom's application for generator losses. Guys, you cannot disturb now. This is going to be an issue. Can members, firstly, let us take a decision on 14.1.1, the one that I've already read out by show of hands. I'll come back to you, Alter. I can't redo this for the third time. It's not efficient. Let's take a decision on the first one, that the electricity subcommittee is requested to recommend to the energy regulator to note the consultation paper on Eskom's application. Thank you, Mr. Pukula. Thank you, Madam Saman. Thank you, Advocate Stolle. Thank you, Mr. Mkhize. I also support. Now we are going to go to the second one on the approval of the publication. Before we do that, I want to take Mr. Mabunda's hand. Mr. Mabunda.
Thank you, Chair. I wanted to advise that the approval part is within the ELS, only the
Okay.
noting that goes to ER, which
Thank you
we have
very much.
correctly resolved already.
Okay, then that's fine. And then it was good that I asked the members to deal with the first part of the decision that is sought. Then the second decision that is required is for the electricity subcommittee to approve the publication of the consultation paper on ESCOM's application for generator losses charge amendment for public comment. By show of hands, members. Thank you, Advocate Sitole. Thank you, Mr. Pukula. Thank you, Madam Saman. Thank you, Mr. Mkiza. I also support. Then lastly, can we also, it is the committee that knows the timelines. Obviously, it won't be the ER, right? The electricity subcommittee is requested to note the proposed project timelines as we have them on Annex B. By show of hands, members. Thank you, Mr. Mkize. Thank you, Mr. Pukula. Thank you, Advocate Stole. Thank you, Madam Semane. Thank you, members. That takes care of item number 10. And this is the last regulator report to be deliberated on. Let me take Mr. Pukula. Mr. Pukula.
Chair, I apologize for this. I think when I was looking at this, in that 4.4 that Mr. Mkize asked, I just want us, Chairperson, with the approval, if we could just alter that question 1, because the distribution loss formula factor is a standard formula. So I don't know when we say that what the stakeholders must say in the loss formula, in the loss distribution loss charge formula. Maybe we can say they comment on the items provided, but probably not change. This is the standard SIGRE formula, So I don't know, but I apologize, Chairperson, for this, but
it's still useful.
I was just not sure if we should ask that question in that manner. Thank you, Chair.
It will be rephrased, and I think, Mr. Pukula, is still important that it be raised here so that the team on that specific part, if you can please just ask something that will be useful for us, so that what is it that we want to get out of stakeholders with regards to that. So let's deal with that and then understand that it is something that is already there. So what is it that we want stakeholders to assist us on, so that when we analyze, then we'll have something that will assist our decision. So that's how questions are framed. It is for a specific purpose, to assist us to thoroughly evaluate the issues before us. Thank you with that, Mr. Pukula. At this point, I would like to thank the members of the public that have tuned in through the various live streaming platforms, showing interest in NERSA's work and making sure that all of the decisions that we are taking and issues that we deliberate on, all of that is done in a transparent manner, and you have the benefit of hearing the different views and input that is provided by the members of the energy regulator. At this time,